People think dogs are always happy, tails wagging, bouncing around, full of energy, but even the happiest dogs have down moments. The surprising part? There are simple things that bring their joy right back, yet most owners overlook them without even realizing. These are the moments that could make your dog's day. Pet them, but in dog language. Some pet parents give their dogs loving physical attention in the wrong way. Not because they're bad pet parents, far from it. All attempts at love are to be admired. But because they are going about it in a human way, and spoiler alert, dogs are not humans, they need you to communicate with them in more of a dog way. So what are some differences? Humans love face-to-face affection. We stroke cheeks, ruffle hair, maybe even pinch them if you are an eccentric aunt. But dogs? No, not exactly. A 2015 University of British Columbia study found that most dogs show subtle stress signals when patted on the top of the head or hugged around the neck. They may stiffen, lick their lips, or even look away because they can't bring themselves to face the guilty party. And all these things are signs that your dog might not be best thrilled. But you shouldn't have to stop petting your dog, especially given that they love it if you do it in the dog way. If only you had an expert to teach you how to do things the dog way. Oh wait, I'm an expert. So it's nice and simple. Go for gentle strokes on the chest, shoulders, or base of the neck. These areas are part of the dog's safe zones in social interaction. And attach their body to see how they're reacting. If they lean in or nudge your hand, you're as golden as a retriever. But if they move away, respect that and rein in the touching. While your dog is not fluent in English, Spanish, Japanese, or most human languages, there is one human language they're fluent in: body language. Let them sniff everything. We all know that we should take our dogs out for a minimum of 2 walks a day. But the catch is many of us unknowingly walk our pups incorrectly. And that's because we don't fully understand why our dogs love walks as intently as they do. The human nose has 6 million scent receptors, but a dog? Their snouts have a whopping 300 million. Imagine how much more intense every single smell ever must be. So, while going for a walk does give our dogs physical exercise, that's not the only reason they want to get out of the house. People think it is, so they tend to speed through the entire process, thinking all that really matters is their dog getting the physical activity in. But no. The main reason why your dog wants to walk is to take full advantage of those 6 million scent receptors. Smelling the world is your dog's equivalent of scrolling through X, Blue Sky, and Threads all at once. A way to find out everything that's going on. Every sniff is an update on all the local news. As Dr. Alexandra Horowitz puts it, in her book Inside of a Dog, letting dogs sniff is crucial for their mental health. Which makes sense. Imagine how you'd feel if you didn't get to catch up with your friends. When people tug their dogs along during walks, thinking speed equals exercise, they prevent their dog from getting the daily update and serotonin boost they both want and need. So slow down. Give them sniff breaks where they can investigate grass, lampposts, or that mysterious bush they're obsessed with. And if you want a pro tip, try a longer leash in a safe area to give them more freedom. You'll be amazed at how relaxed they seem after a proper scent session. Give them predictability without boredom. From the phrase seriously funny to act natural to open secret, the world is rife with oxymorons. And there are none quite as seemingly hypocritical as the fact that your dog wants routine, but they don't want a boring life. But I'm not mad. There's a way to straddle both. As I've explored in a few videos now, our dogs love a good routine. It's not just about knowing when dinner is, it's about feeling secure in their world. The Journal of Veterinary Behavior published findings that predictable daily events lower stress in domestic dogs, especially in multi-person households. But what I've not mentioned before is that too much repetition without variety in the mix can lead to boredom. Think of it like this. If you ate the same meal 3 times a day, the sense of security of knowing what you're going to get is good. But you'd still go a little stir crazy. Always eating porridge and dream of a chance to eat something else? Who knows what? Cauliflower? To deliver on both, the sweet spot is to keep the framework predictable while swapping in small variations. For example, always take them for a walk at roughly the same time every day, but change the walking routine. Play tug-of-war the right way. One of the most classic ways to play with dogs is, sadly, something most pet parents avoid because they fear it will make their pup more aggressive. And that's the old school classic, the tug-of-war. I have no idea how that idea became so widespread, because do you know who disagrees? The American Kennel Club. They say the total opposite. Here's an exact quote. When playing with rules, tug-of-war is a safe, controlled way to build trust and exercise your dog's mind and body. But what's the key to ensuring tug-of-war remains good for your dog, but never tips into aggressive? Much like playing a video game with a child, you need to let them win sometimes. Seriously, a 2013 study in applied animal behavior science found that when dogs win in tug-of-war games, they show more interest in playing again and display more relaxed postures afterwards. Basically, winning boosts confidence, and it teaches them you're fun, not a relentless fun killer. Just use a toy designed for tugging and make sure they drop it on command before starting again. Let them choose the route. The other thing some pet parents get a little bit wrong about the whole walking process is denying their dog any autonomy. I know in this very video I said dogs love having a bit of a schedule provided by you, and now I'm about to contradict that a little, but don't yell at me in the comments, okay? Because while dogs love routine, as I also mentioned, they like some variety within that. And one of the best ways to provide that is to not be too prescriptive about the walk, but to occasionally let them choose the route of the walk. In the wild, canines decide where to roam, what to sniff, and when to stop. In our modern world, we control nearly every aspect of our movement, and I can't imagine that's a nice feeling to be on the receiving end of. Try giving them one walk a day where they choose the path. Follow their lead, even if it means circling the same block or sniffing one tree for an eternity. Dr. Mark Beckhoff, a behavioral ecologist, explains in Canine Confidential that the opportunity to make choices is a fundamental contributor to canine happiness. Use their nose for food. It's time to feed your dog. Hypothetically, I mean not literally. Though it might be. You'd know better than I. So what do? You pour the food into a bowl, and boom, done, perfecto. But from a dog's point of view, that's not exactly thrilling. In nature, finding food is an activity, and those instincts, hunting, tracking, and foraging, those are all deeply wired into your dog's bones. Now and then, instead of just plopping kibble in a dish, try to encourage them to use those 300 million scent receptors in their nose. Try scattering food in the yard, using snuffle mats, or hiding treats around the room. The British Small Animal Veterinary Association recommends that doing this sort of thing occasionally, what they call environmental enrichment feeding, is a great way to reduce anxiety and improve confidence in dogs. The first time you do this, you'll really see how much they love it, because they're not just eating, they're working, succeeding, and loving it. Celebrate small wins. When training our dogs, it's easy to get excited when they finally do the big thing you've been teaching them to do. And quite right, your dog deserves the hype. Your huge smile and cries of, "Yes, boy, well done," when they effectively play dead is what makes sticking to the training worth it for them. But training is not just about teaching big commands. Recognizing small efforts makes your dog more eager to please. If they voluntarily lie on their bed when guests arrive, or wait patiently for a treat, mark and reward them. Positive reinforcement is not just a training tool. It's basically a happiness amplifier, a way of telling your dog, "Hey you, I see you and I like what you do. Go do you," which makes them more confident in reading your expectations. And if you want to know how to tell if that's already the case, then you might want to check out my next video. If your dog does this, they love you more than you think.